welcome you into the inaugural edition of the Mike Turner Show. Hello, everybody. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Turner. Mike, did I see a slight laugh there at the name?
Still not used to that. Still not used to that.
What a way to kick off your head coaching career here at Carson-Newman. 48-7, the Eagles triumph over the Pikeville Bears. Second largest win for a head football coach in his coaching debut here at CN. I know it hasn't been long. We shoot these things less than 24 hours after the final horn goes.
Less than 12 hours.
Yeah. But has it sunk in yet?
No, last night you stay up all night, you're grading video, making those kind of things, and our kids were in here at 6 this morning to watch video, and then they were on the turf running at 7. Here it is, but I'm just so happy and for those kids that have worked tremendously hard to have an opportunity to go out and play, to execute at a high level, but the most important thing was to enjoy it.
It felt like, at least from my vantage point up top, that the energy was there, but what you'd been preaching about fall camp. Was it, and how did that feel to see it delivered?
Oh, it was great. It was the energy came out of the meeting room for them to go get dressed, and then I just watched them in the warm-up. It was awesome, and then when they came out of there, it was like an explosion. It's what you want a football team to play like on opening night. You want them to explode. They're gonna make mistakes. That's part of the game, and there's always gonna be mistakes. But gosh, just to have the energy they had, the excitement they had, the togetherness that they had, that was a special evening.
Some weird things happen when you become a head coach, and you came up to the post-game interview in the box last night, and it was your first time in the press box.
It was my first time in the press box, and it was, I thought, man, that's a great view from up here. But it was my first time, and to go inside the press box, and I was impressed. You guys got a good setup up there.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's a good setup.
You look at this win, obviously 1-0 is a big start. That's where anybody in America wants to be. But what are the biggest areas of emphasis for growth as you move week 1 to week 2?
Well, it's the old coach's axiom. You're supposed to make a good football team makes the most improvement from week 1 to week 2. And when we look at it, there's some little things that could be big things. All right. We got out to a great start last night. Boy, our kicking game got after it. Our defense got after it. I'm so proud of the way those guys fly around and get after people and hit people and do it at a great speed. We always talk about playing fast, whether it's offense or defense or the kicking game, and they played fast. We've got some things that we had, just a little place here, a little place there, that if you're in a tight ball game, that's a game changer. Thank goodness we were in some situations where that didn't change the ball game at all. But the other positive part of that is our kids rallied after maybe a penalty here or a missed assignment here, and they rallied back and overcame it. And in football, when you can overcome, you don't go in the tank. You go play the next snap and play it aggressively, then some good things will happen.
Take a look at the first half and how the Eagles stormed out to a 41-0 lead when the Mike Turner Show returns after this. Back on the Mike Turner Show as Carson-Newman collects a Week 1 win over the Pikeville Bears, 48-7. I'm Adam Cavalier alongside the CN head man, Mike Turner. Mike, we alluded to it in the first segment, but what a start to that game. It faltered a smidge offensively on the first drive, but after that, Eagles turned into a house on fire. 6 straight possessions, 6 straight touchdowns. Was it just opening game jitters on that first drive?
It was, and we ran into something that, you worried about it raining. Well, it didn't rain. We're really, really blessed, and I think we tried to, we had the footballs in a situation that the humidity, maybe the moisture in the air, the sweat, the perspiration coming off the kids, we didn't execute throwing the football because the ball was slick. So we got to get that thing back to the old rough stuff and learn how to play it either way, and maybe get some buckets of water and get the ball wet and just say, this is what it is, let's play with it. But, very fortunate with the weather as it was. But we sort of stubbed our toe there in that first drive trying to throw some things. And you want to come out gunning and go wide open, and our kids played that way. We played fast and we played aggressive. But the thing was great. Well, the defense goes in there, bam, shuts them down. We get the ball back and take that thing right in the end zone, then it was on.
You bring up the defense. Yeah, the offense scores on 6 straight possessions. Defense punt.
Absolutely.
Turnover on downs
Absolutely.
in the first half. 4 straight 3-and-outs.
Yes.
And Pikeville doesn't get into positive yardage until the second quarter. What were they doing to be so successful defensively?
They were just flying. They were just playing at a great tempo, a great speed, and it goes back to believing in each other, believing in what they were doing. And when you do that, you won't be denied. You'll get to the quarterback. You'll make the tackle. I watched our kids make tackles last night that maybe in the past had been a head down or whatever, and we're a better tackling team because we emphasize that. And our defensive staff, we tackle every day, and they've made a point of that. And those kids now, I watched them, they got their head up, they're rapping and taking it to the ground, and that's how you get 3-and-outs.
It feels like this is the first time I've ever said this since I've been here about a Carson-Newman football team. You guys hit hard last night.
Absolutely. That's what Carson-Newman is known for, is getting after people and trying to knock the game out of people. And when you do that, you're playing like a Carson-Newman Eagle. That's why it was important we had all those Eagle Forever guys here, the football alums, because I wanted them to see them, and I wanted them to see what it was about upholding tradition. And upholding tradition around here is getting after people.
Got after it pretty good, up 41-0 at the halftime break, and we take a look at those first half highlights.
The single slot man to the short side left. Evans runs pitch to the right side for Wimbush. Wimbush steps through a tackle at the 40. He's off to the races down the right sideline. Wimbush spinning past the 10 and 5, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Antonio Wimbush weaves his way 47 yards along the right sideline and houses it to put the Eagles up 6-0 with 12:42 left in the first quarter. Left hash, Dillingham and Marcus Williams are the split backs. Evans takes, runs pitch, left side. Williams cuts the corner at the 10, and Williams sprints to the house. Touchdown, Carson-Newman, 11 yards. And Marcus Williams finds the end zone for the third time in his career. 33-yard line. Snap back to Warren, hands off to Willis, and Willis waylaid as he comes across the middle of the line. Jarvis Green knocks his helmet off. Good for a yard down to the 32, but that's it. McLeod to his right. Warren takes the snap, low kneecap height. Blitz comes. He fumbles the football. Jarred free and recovered by the Eagles in the backfield. Jason Cook Calhoun was the man who knocked it loose, and Wyclef Fenor, the one who recovers it. Wimbush and Thomas, the split backs on 2nd and goal from the Pikeville 6. It's a toss right side for Wimbush. Doesn't have numbers. He'll try to kick it out to the right sideline. Wimbush angling for the pylon, leaps for the end zone, and he's in! Touchdown! Carson-Newman! Antonio Wimbush showcasing the athleticism on that play. Takes the toss, bounces it out to the right side, angles for the pylon. To the left, Williams to the right, too wide to the left. Evans takes, rides the dive to Dillingham, left of center, and Dillingham surges into the end zone. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Jared Dillingham, a 3-yard dive off the left hip of Jordan Seal. And the Eagles take a 26-0 lead with 14:05 left in the second quarter. Warren in the gun. Takes the snap high, play fake, pump fake, and he is blitzed and driven down by Wyclef Fenor. A sack, the second of the day for Fenor. Back to the 27-yard line, -5 for the Eagles trying to run tempo. Evans takes, gives dive, left of center. Wimbush hit in the backfield, but he pushes forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Carson-Newman. Wimbush took Parsons for a ride to pay dirt. He's got the hat trick, and the Eagles lead it 33-0 with 6:31 left in the second quarter. It scored quick. 2nd and 5 Eagles. Around 48. Evans throws out to the right side, complete to Dorian Miller in Pikeville territory at the 45. He breaks 3 along the right sideline. Miller inside the 20, and he's knocked down by his shoe tops at the 10. Brown before nothing lead in hand. Evans takes with split backs. It's a counter left side. Williams untouched. 4-6. Touchdown. Carson-Newman. A 10-yard scamper for Marcus Williams, his second of the day. And the Eagles have put 40 on the Bears with 2:08 left in the first half.
Those are the first half highlights. Eagles lead Pikeville 41-0 at the halftime break behind a pretty solid little first half performance from Antonio Wimbush. 115 yards on 15 touches, 3 touchdowns, and less than 30 minutes of work on the field. What about your junior running back?
That's pretty good production there. He is a threat every time he touches the ball. We got another running back in there that got some good playing time. He got 25, 30 snaps, and that was D.D. Thomas, who's a kid that's a transfer, and he is a bowling ball that can run, and he can run fast. So, man, it was great to see him get in the game so we can get him more and more prepared as the season comes along. But, gosh, I was excited about the explosiveness of the offense.
Is there a player that you mentioned, Deontay Thomas? Is there another player that stuck out to you that had a pretty good debut?
Well, I think just good, solid was Jared Dillingham.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that wasn't his debut by any means. He's a senior, but, you know, he is a steady force. He is solid in there in what he's doing. Marcus Williams had showed some flashes of what he could become and what he will be, I hope, soon. Those are great things. He has the explosion. He has the ability to take it the distance, you know. So we just got to keep repping kids and keep getting them reps. And I like the way our 3 quarterbacks played. They got in there and made things happen. We had a lot of people play at receiver, got a lot of touches there. We didn't throw it that much because of the condition of the ball. And that's strange to hear. You know, the good Lord looked after us and it didn't rain and the ball was still slick. I don't know how you explain that one, except that's what they told me was happening. I had an opinion on that too, but we got to overcome that. But you know, our kids, when that ball game started last night, and I think it showed as it went along that, you know, we really talked to them this summer and this fall camp about when this night came that we wanted to be the strongest football team out there, and thanks to Johnny Long and his people for what he's done through the spring and through the summer and in the fall camp. We want to be the best condition. That's, again, it goes back to Johnny and his people, and we want to be the healthiest. That goes back to them also strength-wise. It goes back to our training room. It goes back to our coaches in preparing those kids.
Eagles down Pikeville 48-7 on week 1 of the 2017 season, and we'll analyze the second half after this on the Mike Turner Show. Back on the Mike Turner Show, I'm Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Turner. Up 41-0 at the half on Pikeville en route to a 48-7 win over the Bears. Obviously tough to come out of the locker room with a 41-0 lead, maybe with the same level of intensity as you did the first half, but defense still accounted for itself well, and second team, third team offense finds the end zone once in the second half. You alluded to Tyler Thackerson, Tyson Heron at quarterback earlier, but how well did those guys run the offense in their time under center?
Oh, they ran the offense well. They're all capable. You know, if you go back to spring practice, when we came out of spring practice, we thought those 3 were right there together. And Derek is a guy that's came out through the summer and into fall camp and established himself and separated a little bit of his leadership, of course. But Tyler made things happen, so did Tyson. The greatest news of all, Adam, is that we took care of the football. We played all those people with a humid ball, whatever that was, and we still took care of the football. The greatest thing, what we preach and preach and preach, if you're going to be successful on offense, you can't have pre-snap penalties. We didn't have one. You know, that's a hallelujah all over America for that. And then on defense, you know, it was just a consistent effort. We got many things on defense and offense in the kicking game we've got to fix. But you know what? You don't have to worry about fixing their effort. You don't have to worry about fixing their intensity. And you don't have to worry about fixing their want to. And that's how you build.
Eagles win it over Pikeville 48-7. We break down the second half with highlight reel.
Their own 31. Warren in the gun. Eagles show blitz. Back off. Hand off to Willis. And Willis ripped down in the backfield by Saheem Stupart. Blitz 41-0 on the Bears. Thackerson takes 5-step drop. Settles. Now scrambles to the left. Lofts the ball onto the left side of the end zone. And he finds a man. It's complete. Touchdown. Carson-Newman. Quentin Phillips sneaks behind the Pikeville defense and shuffles his way in for a 12-yard score. Eagles up 47-0 on the Bears. 2:16 left in the third quarter. 4th and 9 Bears, right hash at the Eagle 43. Smith takes the shotgun snap, blitz comes, throws to Clark, batted out of his hands, right into Braxton Dockery's. An interception for the Eagles. Dockery's off to the races down the left sideline, weaves back right to the 30 and 25, angling his way 20 and 15. Dockery inside the 15.
Those are the highlights from the second half as Carson-Newman collects a 48-7 triumph over the Pikeville Bears. When we return on the Mike Turner Show, it's time for the Eagles Spotlight, and Michael Watrang puts it on the starting quarterback, Derek Evans. That's after this. Back on the Mike Turner Show as Carson-Newman beats Pikeville 48-7 in Week 1. Time now for the Eagles Spotlight, and Michael Watrang shines it on the starting quarterback, Derek Evans.
The 2017 football season marks the first campaign under new head coach Mike Turner. It is also the first year that sophomore Derek Evans has been handed the keys to the vaunted CN offensive attack. While he played in just 4 games as a freshman in 2016, Evans has earned the confidence of his head coach entering 2017.
It means a lot to me knowing that I'm being named the starter of a college university. It's been one of my goals since growing up as a little boy, and I'm just blessed to be at Carson-Newman and blessed to be able to be named the starter with my coaches believing in me and just giving me that chance.
While Evans has not seen significant action between the lines, quarterbacks coach Brock Pursley believes the Southpaw has an advantage that other first-time starters do not. He has spent over a year with the program learning the offense.
One position that is really hard to start as a true freshman is quarterback. Same thing, offensive line, defensive backs, but especially quarterbacks because there's so much on those guys' shoulders of making sure we're in the right play, making sure the personnel is right, and everybody's on the line of scrimmage that's supposed to be on the line of scrimmage, and just everything that goes into being a quarterback, that it's a whole lot easier to be successful if you got that year, even if you don't redshirt, if you just got that year in the program before you have to come in and start.
When asked about his biggest challenge entering the year, the starting signal caller pointed to becoming a leader around a team filled with players older than him. However, Turner had a glowing review of the Georgia native's demeanor.
Derek is a very, very talented young man. And I tell you what I like about him. He doesn't feel the pressure. He's relaxed. He's got a smile on his face. He can make a mistake and be smiling at you, and you're going, don't smile at me when you make a mistake. But he's so excited about playing. He's a leader. The most important thing he's done this summer in this fall camp is that he stepped up his leadership. Those kids don't look at him as a quarterback anymore. They look at him as a leader. And that's what you want in that huddle, as a leader.
Growing pains are expected for a young quarterback, but Pursley and the rest of the coaching staff are challenging Evans to handle situations with poise.
One big thing is when you get to a game, adversity starts flying at you, and the ability to take that adversity and relax and being able to take that adversity and make plays out of it that are good. Because I always tell these quarterbacks, we can handle mistakes, but we can't handle game-changing mistakes. So as long as we can get in those games and he can face that adversity and eliminate game-changing mistakes and just make regular mistakes, then he's going to be fine.
One resource Evans has used is a former Eagle QB with a similar story. Two-time first-team All-SAC pick DeAndre Thomas grew up near Evans' home in Macon, Georgia. Like Evans, Thomas was given the reins to the offense as a sophomore. While the road ahead may seem long to many, Thomas has provided insight into how quickly a career can fly by on the field.
My freshman year went by real fast, so I know these next 3 years will go by fast. I just want to make sure I take everything as it comes, not take anything for granted, and just do whatever I can and do it at my full potential every time I step on that field or meeting rooms or anything else. Just take my full advantage of everything, because a lot of people are not blessed with this opportunity as I am, so I'm just going to take it all in as I can.
Turner acknowledged that Evans has a long way to go to learning defenses and becoming the master of the offense, but said, quote, he's done a great job handling the offense, running the team, and leading them in meetings and walkthroughs. With a rookie head coach and a first-time starter under center, the Eagles believe the tradition will continue in 2017. For the Mike Turner Show, I'm Michael Watrang.
All right, thank you very much, Michael Watrang. Mike Turner, Derek Evans earns the starting job. In your mind, what did he do to grab that bull by the horns and earn those first-team reps against the Bears?
I think he really picked up his tempo of football IQ. That was the biggest difference. He put himself in a different positions besides just being a get back there and then try to make something happen out of nothing. His discipline has improved tremendously about executing the offense, doing it the right way we want to get it done, and not freelancing. every now and then a freelance will look great, and then 7 out of those 8 times that freelance will get you beat. And he's really taken over as that position. I'm going to work hard at it. I'm going to be in film study. I'm going to go the checks. I'm going to know which side to go to run the option, and really been proud of it.
Turn your attention now to the St. Augustine's Falcons. They got beat on opening night 49-0 by Catawba over in Salisbury. 20 starters return from last year's team. What sticks out to you in the brief little bit of film study that you've done to get ready for the Falcons?
Well, they have got some athletes. There's no question about it. Their quarterback is a returning player who makes plays. If he gets outside the pocket, his greatest threat to us on defense, if he breaks containment, then that's where he's a playmaker. They've got a receiver that's 6'4", 250, that they say all the NFL teams are looking at. And obviously he catches the football and gets downhill. That's tough on a defensive back. They've got some great athletes back on defense. That really run to the ball well. And I mean, we got out on them last year and all that, but they are a sound group of athletes. They're well coached. They know what they're doing, and we've got to be on top of our game.
Mike, pleasure as always. Thanks for the time, and congrats on an opening day win.
Adam, I appreciate it. Thanks for your help, and I'm grateful to the people that rallied last night to be here at this ball game. The local folks, our students. Well, our students were great last night. It was awesome, and we're always grateful to them and our fans. But we had a bunch of people come back to the game, former alums and things, and that's what this place is about. That's what makes Mossy Creek special.
That's Carson-Newman head football coach Mike Turner. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier. This has been the Mike Turner Show. Thanks for watching.